Hi, this is Arik,
And Aurelia,
and we're going to talk about life and interesting things.
or so we think. But in the end, as always, you'll be the judge of it.
Either way, what we have to talk about is
Ageless!
ageless. So ageless. It's been a minute, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an excuse, but we were really busy.
Yeah, because ageless is very important,
Yes.
but everyone has to have priorities, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely, because
Mhm.
otherwise everything just becomes a big mishmash and really nothing gets done, or the things that get done cannot be enjoyed.
Mhm.
So priorities are very, very important.
Yeah. That's really interesting cuz then you want to enjoy them
Yes.
cuz when you have like joy and happiness, then the light of the divine can express itself through it.
That's right. That's right. And if you don't have priorities, and let's say you have 10 things on your list and you rush through them all like in a day, like a little bit here, a little bit there, and this and that, and at the end of the day, you feel like you have done nothing, you have accomplished not a thing.
Is that like a busybody?
Hmm. I don't know, maybe. It's
Yeah.
like, it, I don't know. I mean, a busybody for me would be a person who's running back and forth and not even accomplishing
Oh,
anything.
okay.
Like it's
So
just
like you could feel like you're running around accomplishing things, but you don't have joy out of it.
exactly like the things can be done, but at the end of the day, you feel like you didn't accomplish anything and you do not feel great about your day.
Or you might feel tired
For sure.
because like I feel like I mean, of course, like you can feel tired at the end of a day, but I think like if you're getting joy out of it, you're energized from it. I mean, that's how I
And
experience
there's
it.
tired and tired.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I
I mean,
agree.
if I'm out there and like I am, or I'm working out, or I do something like I feel tired, but I feel this good kind of tired.
Yeah, you feel
I
energized.
feel energized for being tired. And then there is this tired, when I just be a couch potato and just sit around all day and then, oh, I'm so tired, I could just go to bed, and that's like just schlepping from here to there. I mean, I have these days, believe it or not.
Well, I think also especially throughout Pisces.
Yeah, true. Uh-huh.
How so?
Yeah, because this is ruled sleep. And so, yeah, we like to be tired and sleepy and just not doing anything, just
Mm-hmm.
schlepping from the sofa to the bed and from the bed to the sofa.
But why would you say like when you say Pisces rules over sleep, what does that mean? Like that during the month of Pisces or Pisces within your chart, that means like this is a sleepy area or like a sleepy time? Or what does that mean ideally?
Well, ideally, it means that you can connect with your unconscious mind.
Wow. That makes sense.
And I mean, most of us can only do that in our sleep state,
Through dreams?
dreams, yeah.
Uh-huh. Nice. Why would we want to do that?
To get energized.
Okay, so we have the Aries season's coming up. Astrological New Year. Aries is a sign of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I can already see the connection. Like I sleep to be energized, or basically I dream and get and connect to my unconscious mind in order
Mm-hmm.
to be energized. And then we have something very important like the 12 days of Aries. Like the
Mm.
astrological new year has 12 days where every day it corresponds to a different zodiac sign.
Yeah, like we're planting the seeds for the year.
Yeah, like you access this quantum window where you can like really shape what you want to manifest over the next 12 months.
Yeah, I know. And it is really, really trippy because, when in the past year or even the years before, like, I mean, since ever I've been doing that, then when there comes a month and like milestone things happen,
Yeah.
then I go like, okay, let me check what my meditation was there. And I mean, you can only believe me when I'm telling you that these are the months or like the meditations where I wanted to manifest exactly that, where I planted the seeds for exactly those things.
Amazing. So this fits really right in. I get
Crazy,
so
really.
many testimonials and emails and messages and DMs from people basically telling me that about the new moon and full moon meditations, like how their wishes are coming true and stuff like that. And it's really great. And I'm just like, I'm not doing anything. This is like just the power of the moon and the zodiac and everything.
Yeah, I know that too. But that to me it has a different quality. Because there it is just something like I put out an intention. It is like an intention, and this can, I don't know, sometimes take a week or 2 years to manifest. I mean, in my experience.
Yeah, yeah.
But then with the seeds that I plant, it's something different. It's not like an intention. I know this sounds a little bit vague in distinction, but it is like a seed is something already tangible that I have. It is something I have. It's beyond like a pure intention already, I think. I don't know. It is, of course, a desire. It is something that I want, but I treat it as this is...
But intention and desire are different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're completely different things. Intention is with Mercury. It's more that focus, and desire is with Venus. It's different, yin and yang. It's like different energies entirely.
Yeah, and like...
Intention is like, you're intending, and desire is like more receiving.
Yeah, and this is where the seed, I think, comes from, like with the...
You intend the seed into the High Priestess, or what?
The Empress.
Into the Empress, the Venus, yeah. Yeah. She says tomato, I say tomato. She says the Empress, I say Venus.
Yeah, as long as we understand each other and our poor listeners, they can listen to it on repeat. No, but either way, like this is what the quality just feels so different. And yes, and when you say like the High Priestess, that would be like the Magician and the High Priestess. That would be more like the moon meditations for me, in my experience.
Yeah, of course.
Where like I have this blank slate, and there I, intend for something to manifest. But then with planting those seeds, it is like I have this kernel, and I see how you always say, like I see the tree in the seed.
Yes.
And so when I plant that according to whatever the meditation instruction you give, according with whatever the energy of the particular year is, and then I let it go. I don't think twice about it. And all of a sudden, something shows up in my life where I go, man, I really wanted that. Let's see, when did I plant this seed? And really, believe me, it's always in that month.
But I mean, there's a whole teaching and a whole packet of energy that goes with each seed level exposure.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have a seed.
And yeah, okay, but also like you wouldn't have a tree if you didn't work through those things. You're very like clear, and you understand the teaching and everything that's like the soil that really hosts the seed and then brings it into a tree.
No, yeah, or I have to work through other stuff.
Yeah, and then it manifests, but then when it's corresponding like that, I can totally see how that's spooky.
Yeah, very. I mean, I can give a real life example, to not be so abstract. Like,
yeah, sometimes I'm too dense for that.
Yeah,
so please give me Give me something to work with here.
Last year.
Because all I'm seeing is colors.
He's so funny. So last year, for example, like I had a situation in our company, like in the store. You know, we have a brick and mortar store.
Why, hello there. Saya came to say hello, everybody. She says, I missed this Ageless thing you guys do. So, anyhow.
Yeah, so anyhow, like I had this situation in our brick and mortar store, like with the person working there.
One of our employees.
Yeah, and I was very, very unhappy, and I really did not know how to solve this problem. I really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
That's rare.
Yeah, it was a very difficult, very, very complicated situation.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I mean, I can't or don't want to go into all the details, but it was like a widespread, like, you know, like roots were going everywhere, if you know what I mean. Like
yeah.
To then root this one thing, like had many, many, many
right.
consequences. So it was a quite difficult situation. However, I was really unhappy with it, and I could not wrap my mind around how to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
And then in one of the teachings that you gave last year with the 12 Days of Aries.
Nice.
It was clear to me that I said, wow, you know, this with this teaching, this would be like a perfect seed.
I remember that, yeah.
To, you know, take care of this situation. And I planted that seed. And you better believe that this situation resolved itself so magically and beautifully. I could have never come up with something.
Was it
like
in
that.
the corresponding month? Like if you planted it in, you know, Gemini, did it happen in Gemini or?
Yeah, like
nice.
It was like on the fourth day or whatever, and then it happened in the corresponding
in the fourth month.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. But I think also...
But I need to really say in ways that I could have never imagined. No, I mean, just this is so important to say. Yeah. It was like, it happened organically, and it was like just, yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you why, actually, because when you're accessing what I call the mainframe, like the 12 days, it's like you're accessing the source code of the Zodiac. Because Aries is the first sign, the first 12 days, you're accessing the mainframe, so it's like you're working in the different folders, you know. So then, you know, that desire or that intention or whatever, that seed can only be opened or that program can only be rendered within that folder.
Oh, and because you guide us there, this is like we having like prime access to this.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is why it can be so effective and so effortless and so amazing for everybody around. You know, like nobody needs to suffer, nobody needs to be disappointed. Like,
no, it's win-win.
Everything is like win-win all around.
Well, it's because it's all the meditations I do or the workshops. It's just accessing the light that's available because it gets filtered before it reaches us here in the material world, whatever you want to call it, samsara, malhut, you know, 1%, it doesn't matter. Before it reaches us, it gets filtered, and every day has a different, you know, constellation of filters it has to go through. It's like it's down to the second, day, month, you know, year, like these different filters. But when you know how, but when certain times you access the sea level, like the new moon, the new moon, full moon, and the solar ingressions, also bigger transits, and then when you work with that, then it's like doing almost like 50 years of work in less than the time, you know, because really like that light wants to be invested. And if you can receive it and then reinvest it, but it's still going to go through an astrological, what I call bureaucracy. It's not random.
Yeah.
It's not, there is a bureaucracy, there is a system. I know a lot of astrologers and, you know, astrology fans, they don't like to hear that, or not even astrology people, but just people who, you know, want, like, I don't mean to digress, but I came across, sometimes I don't know what happens, but I get like whipped down these rabbit holes from things that people send me, and I don't look at everything, but sometimes I just, click just to see what's out there. And I saw some video of like some, I don't even know what you call it, like card puller or divinator or an astrologer or some psychic medium talking about how there are no rules.
Oh,
Like they
wow.
have their own astrological thing or something or whatever, and they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. There are no rules and stuff like that. And I mean, on the highest, I mean, it's a little bit of a trap because, of course, on the highest level, there are no rules, and of course, the liberals, they love to hear that, like, no, don't like regulate my spirituality. But it's like, well, if you want it to work, then you have to abide by. It's like I always say, you want to go withdraw $500,000 out of your bank, as long as we still have
Mm.
currency. Then you have to go when the bank's open.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're robbing.
And I would say, if it would be desirable to have no rules,
Hmm.
then there would be not 22 archetypes, but 21, because the emperor would have no use.
Wow,
I
but
mean,
isn't that what they're trying to do?
I don't know.
Like get rid of the emperor.
I don't
I know
know.
a lot of people have problems with the emperor, like with father issues and stuff like that, and just
Mm.
yang energy, which is Aries, by the
I mean,
way.
they can try,
Uh
but
huh.
I really don't think that the universe will respond to that.
That's what it's about. So that's
It's
that's what
just
it's about. You
like
can try,
funny. I was
but then,
making a
yeah, but
joke.
I think it's amazing. But then, like, people get discouraged because, like, oh, I tried spirituality, doesn't work. Well, I just tell them, you didn't try spirituality. You just tried entertainment,
Hmm.
and that doesn't work. It's not the same thing. And so it's not like, rules that are. Um, well, I mean, what do you think about that? I mean,
Mm. Like I said, I mean, there is just intrinsically, we need rules and regulations, because if there are no rules, then uh,
but not too much, right?
yeah, I mean, it's with everything, it has to be a perfect balance, right? But I mean, from over regulation, like where I cannot take a breath without saying, okay, you can take 10 breaths every minute and it has to be in that rhythm. And,
Mm-hmm.
like that's one thing. But, having a rule where you say, you have to breathe, that's okay.
Well, let's just make it about this for a second. Do you think mathematics has rules?
Nah, it's nothing but rules.
When we used to be in airplanes more often, as long as they
Mm.
exist, I mean, they basically run off of mathematics. Or let's do something more relevant, like spaceships that everyone's, launching out into the ionosphere. They use math, right?
Yeah, but I also can stay with the airplanes and the rules. I mean, imagine if there are no rules and the planes are just flying all over the place. Or just start with traffic lights. These are rules. So, I mean, I don't know how we ended up there. Oh, because astrology supposedly has no rules or shouldn't have any rules.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha. Very funny. Like the sun gets up in the morning at a certain time, that's already a rule, because you
Right.
already know tomorrow it's gonna be up at that. And this is, for me, always the beauty about astrology, that I can today look in what's going on a year,
Yeah.
and that's just how it's going to be,
Yeah.
because there are the rules of the movements of the planets.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Let
I
me.
don't know whoever says that or thinks that. I think, I don't know, it's maybe from a different universe.
Yeah, I like this whole idea of just like scratching things and people out of my reality.
Yeah,
I think that really works.
always did that.
Like just this is just amazing. Like when there's just something really weird, it's like, nah, this is something trying to creep in. It's like I don't want that.
I mean, everybody who knows me and who has known me in a long time knows one of my favorite sayings: not in my reality.
Yeah.
Like, I set these boundaries where I just say, well, this cannot enter my reality. That's like,
So
no.
let me ask you this then, like about the intentions and the desires and stuff, like just kind of going more into a gestalt side.
Hmm.
It's like when you set an intention, don't you think it kind of, well, I mean, I know that it does, but this is just rhetorical. Like, don't you think it kind of then renders situations where you have to choose? Like, am I going to support my intention or am I going to go against it? Like, about these impulses.
Yeah,
Like, you know, you
so
start, like, you send it out into the cosmos, and then it reflects it back to you, impulses and things that you have to follow in order to fulfill it.
yeah.
I think that's also part of, like, then the teachings, and knowing, like, what's the context and what are we dealing with. And
Mm.
because some people, I know, I mean, I even know that for myself, it's like you get all these impulses from a desire or intention you put out there, but then you don't always follow it.
Yeah, I can see that. And what I have found out, how people use their intending
Mm-hmm.
like as a magic wand, like I intend this and then it's spontaneously manifesting. And that's just not how it works.
First of all, Missy, how did you find this out? And secondly, how does it work?
Okay. I mean, how do I find what out that people think that?
Yeah.
Because they get so disappointed
Oh,
and they
okay.
think that it's not working.
Okay.
Because this is like what I hear, that then they say, well, but I intended this, and then I look, nothing happened.
Right.
And I say, well, yeah, it's not a spontaneous manifestation.
Right.
People confuse that, and this is again with
Oh, that's what you mean by
because
magic wand. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and because they once again, like what we just been talking about, want to ignore the rules. Now it is so easy to ignore rules. Why? Oh my God. Wouldn't we all wish there are no rules? First of all, nobody could be held accountable for anything. Everybody could just like bum it on whatever level and still have whatever it is they wanted. It's just, I don't know. It's like it seems so wonderful to have no rules.
I think I mentioned that once before in another podcast, or I don't know, but I I used to have a hard time with rules, especially in the realm of, spirituality and whatnot. But then I realized that rules give me freedom.
Yes.
Because, of course, I don't agree with all the rules, like, say, for example, that are being imposed upon humanity and whatnot. But these
Oh,
are,
like wearing masks?
yeah, like, these are not the rules that we're talking about.
No.
Like, these, because those aren't laws. Those are just rules, or just, like, the flexing of, muscle or whatever. But it's like, we're talking about cosmic rules that give freedom.
Yeah, it's like what we said. I mean, there are honest to God rules, and then there's over-regulation with an agenda or something
Okay.
like that. So we have to set the
Just yeah, I just want to
framework
make
see
it
what
very.
we're
I just want to
talking
make it clear for
about.
the listeners, because a lot of times people hear rules and there's no discrimination.
Yeah.
So I just want to make it very clear. So yeah, it's important to follow these rules because I realize that they give me freedom.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you have to know the rules and then abide by them, like to take accountability, to not be lazy, and then you can break them.
Yep. Exactly. That's what my dad always said. Like when we would like learn how to use like 10 sets of spoons and forks and knives, and to just really know. And he said, well, once you know how to use all of these things in the right context, you can eat with your fingers. And I just loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But if you just eat with your fingers because you do not know how to use like all your tools, then that's not cool, because that then makes you arrogant.
Yeah.
And so breaking a rule that you also know the consequences of breaking this rule.
Right, the consequences.
Yes, but if you just ignore it or just pretend, then you're just arrogant, and then that's once again, in the end, just stupid.
Sorry for that wasn't a Shiba scream, that was just a bark.
Yep.
Yeah. She has rules too.
One of her rules is give me leckerlis when you do that microphone thing.
That's right. And so it's it's quite phenomenal how you share about the the intentions or the desires, and then they come through, and then this is part of working within that context of the rules,
Yes.
the cosmic rules.
Yeah.
And then you can become the ruler.
Yeah, that's, I mean, quite a big thing to become a cosmic ruler. That's pretty high up there, but yeah, that would be the goal.
Nice. Okay, just shifting gears here then really quickly. I'm interested in how you can be compassionate without enabling.
My word, the two things are so not connected that I don't even know what to say to that.
Okay. Like, it's sometimes people think that being compassionate, for example, is allowing people to get away with things that are not good for them.
Well, they're wrong. Because compassion is nothing. Nothing like that.
Or enabling is compassionate because you're not judging.
Yeah, no.
There's this whole movement of like, especially with millennials and maybe even other generations, I don't even know, but it's like not being judged. But I always say, if you don't want to be judged, then don't judge.
Exactly. It's so perfect. And, compassion is basically just another word for amazing clarity. So, and when you have a lot of clarity, when you really see what's going on, then you will most definitely not enable. Because then you will set clear boundaries and you will say, well, okay, this is what it looks like. And, I mean, I do not know what's best for you. I do not know what's best for me. But the way, in this moment, how I understand the situation, it looks like that. And this could be like just saying no to drugs if I'm being offered drugs, or it's like I just say no.
In mainstream view, then you're not being compassionate. So that's very interesting. Thank you. So, this has been Arik
and Aurelia
and Saya, and you've just listened to an episode of
Ageless.
Please subscribe, let us know how you enjoyed it, and share this with anyone in your reality that you think needs to hear it. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.